want to say it's very fitting that you got this Latin type of music going on, Sherry, because we've just released the Spanish version of Nano Voice.
Oh, well, let's let people know about that. Welcome, everybody, to Happy Hour. You just heard Tommy Priakas speaking. He is manager of all of our databases and software, and he says that today we have just released the Spanish version of Nano Voice. We don't know how long it's going to take to get it up on the site, so if you have any Spanish-speaking friends who want to download that, that would be great. Yeah, I really put that music up, Tommy, because it has the notes in it for digestion. D's and D sharps and E's. So we're going to be talking about digestion tonight on Happy Hour. So if you love that music and you couldn't keep still, you probably have a carbohydrate issue and just can't digest things very well, because that certainly gets your liver and your pancreas and your gallbladder up and running. Thanks for joining us on Happy Hour. We try to get together every couple of weeks on Tuesday evening for an hour or so. We record these and then we leave them up for people to watch. If you are interested in seeing others that we have done, and there are many, you can go to the Happy Hour archives on our site, soundhealthoptions.com/happy_hour.html, and there's lots and lots of happy hours there. This is a good review for practitioners or people who have just downloaded our freebie software to teach you how to use some of the basic programs. We still have one free program up. Probably will leave it up for a long time. The radiation class is up waiting for people, particularly those people on the West Coast need this. There are arts and software that teach you how to utilize this and check yourself, and to look at the nutrients that deal with being radiation poisoned. Many people are being poisoned, and it's costing them health, because it goes to the cellular level and poisons each cell. And as you poison the cell, the organs begin to break down. The connective tissue begins to break down. We have another program online for you, the 9/11 survivors. This one is not free, and I'm trying to think of the reason why. This will help you look at those thousands and thousands of 9/11 survivors and people who went down in that hole and helped clean up, and they are dying from cancer and lung ailments. We'll help you set up your business. There's such an incredible need for this in the New York area. We can help you set up business, send you referrals about this. On the 11th anniversary of 9/11, the government decided that it would pay for cancers associated with 9/11. And so we put this information together to show you what kinds of cancers those toxins would kick in. So that is a very nice 2-hour class to watch. It's also on Happy Hour. We have a new class that's available by popular request. Is that you calling me? Are people not hearing me or something?
Not me.
Okay, I will ignore it. So we have a 2-day bioacoustic technician training. People wanted a shorter class, but a class that could help them learn to teach classes, because we'd like to set those up all over the country. And because the government has decided that they will pay people to take our course, the 2- and the 5-day course. So you start at opportunity.gov, and from there go to the checklist. Now, it's not a Pell Grant. It's not a whole year's class. This is just a small, defined class. But since the Bureau of Vocational Rehabilitation here in Ohio says has committed to pay people who want to come to us that have some kind of rehabilitation issue, either stroke or trauma or something along those lines. AT&T has said this is the medicine of the future. We are getting more and more people who want to train, but they just can't take off the 2 days to do it. So we're trying to do this on a Friday and Saturday so that people won't need to take 1 day off work and then can still be set up to use computer programs and provide management reports. Today we're going to be talking about digestion. Somebody's trying to talk to me. John, do you need to talk to me? Okay, I'm going to shut off your microphone because I can hear you typing. Jenny says she has digestion problems. Anybody else have digestion problems? I just dropped the microphone. Digestion problems can be anything from problems with chewing and swallowing and amylase in the mouth, with a carbohydrate digestive enzyme, to creating the enzymes, to liver stress, to being able to pull the nutrients through the bowel lining. It can be constipation, it can be diarrhea. It seems to be a lot of our foods are causing us problems. And it seems like all the time there's somebody else or something else, some flu-like symptom. Diabetes, I just read that article, Bob, that diabetes can be rooted in digestive issues. Bob Schrichty is on the chat with us, and he's been doing some experiments along with some other folks. I think he's the only male in the group. So we've been testing some frequencies for insulin dependence and insulin resistance, and those are working very well. Yes, endometriosis and having your period can cause digestive enzymes. Is your mom available? We want to see if we can do several people this evening. Got lots of phone people on with us. So it says she has digestive issues, and Sally's mom. So Jenny, you open your microphone and see how your microphone sounds. Unmute. There's a lot of noise in the background. Still talking in the background there, Jenny. We're open the digestive program, Digestive Basics. This is one of the programs that Tommy put together. And you can see from throw hamburger in and all chemicals in the digestion and out other side. I thought that was a very cute picture. You have no microphone. Can we do it over the phone? Yes. Jenny, you want to do it over the phone? I'll just give you the phone number. And we'll do first. I'll put the phone number in so everybody can have it.
Correct.
81881. Okay, I thought I put it in there, but I don't see it come above. Jenny says she can't hear me. Tommy, did I lose my sound?
No, you're...
Okay, the phone number. Jenny, if you would call first, and maybe we wouldn't pick up all of that background noise. From there, we'll take Sal's mother and see where we can go from there. So if you would call us, and we're going to be using this program in just a little bit. We're going to start with using Audacity, I'm sorry. You can download Audacity from audacity.sourceforge.net. Is this Jenny?
Yes.
Okay, just hold on a second there. Audacity.sourceforge.net. Now, this is not our program. We use it because we find it very compatible with what we're doing. So for those of you new with us, and I see a few new people here, go to Edit It once you download this. And we do have a Bioacoustic Basics book that will show you how to download all of this. So to get to that Bioacoustic Basics book, go to our front page, go to Home, look at the radiation class, move down past the video, and you see a blue and yellow little postage stamp kind of thing. Double click on this image and it will open the textbook for you. It'll show you how to use the Audacity. How to even take the vocal print. So we'll start with Audacity. Jenny's going to talk to us about her digestive issues. You ready to go, Jenny?
Yeah. Occasionally I get constipated, and I burp a lot, and I have gas in the stomach sometimes stuck there, and it's uncomfortable. So a lot of times, see, when I'm nervous, I'm always feel I'm hungry, I'm anxious a lot, so I eat all day. So it's kind of a habit. I used to not crave sugar, but I like salty food, so I believe I might have a problem with adrenal issues, maybe.
When you crave salt, it usually is adrenal issues. And salt goes very high, and then that disturbs your ability to use what's called 6-phosphate. It helps you use your glucose. When your salt gets out of order, then you've got a glucose issue. And we can look at that also with the program called BioDiet. But we're going to look at digestion this evening. So
I think I've been deficient in salt. I thought salt was bad for me, so I didn't eat much salt. But now I start to eat more salt when I realize it might be an adrenal issue.
Well, let's just look at it. If we're doing this for real and could spend a lot of time, we would look at BioDiet and we would look at nutrition too. But we're only going to look at digestion this evening, and I hope it shows this. We're going to export this file that's 30-some seconds, and I want to put it in my GNS files. Well, I want to put it in waves. I don't know what I'm saying here. So we're creating a wave file, and I'm going to name it Jenny Digestion.
I can't see the computer now. I went outside. It was too noisy inside.
And what we have up is you've been with us before, haven't you?
Yeah.
So you can know what's going on here. So we have saved this, and I'm not going to kill it, just minimize it. And I'm going to open an Abacus program, and the Abacus program is waiting for you to download on radiation if you'd like to download and use this program. So we're going to go to the desktop to Waves, grab Jenny Digestion. Yeah, the phone is very noisy too. So as we open this, it'll give us a gray grid. Oh, and everybody's going to say, we got a methylation issue. You're not using your resources. A lot of times that's a sulfur issue. So all of your voice, probably 3/4 of your voice, is above the gray grid. So this is really a methylation issue more than anything else, Jenny. So I'm going to put in Jenny, N-Y, digestion. And for your last name, I'm just going to put online. Birthday, Jenny.
August 19th.
Okay? I didn't mean to put 22 in there. I meant to put 00. And female and digestion. Okay, we're going to ask the computer to pull the point, so we hit this little round dot up here, and it will show us all kinds of highs and lows. We have a dark gray grid in the middle. Your voice print, the frequencies of your voice are blue, and as it moves, the blue moves up and out of the gray. Those are things that are too high. That are below the gray are too little. You don't have much that's too little, just a little bit there. I am going to save this list of frequencies, which is mostly in the now era and long term. Not a lot coming. So I'm going to go to my desktop and I'm going to put it in my GNS file that I created. That's my Genesis file. The Genesis file is just where we started. So saving that, and now I'm going to go to my digestion program, and we'll be able to figure out what's going on. A lot of times when there's constipation, there just isn't enough activity, and sometimes yogurt will help that, or more fiber. Sometimes
yogurt gets it worse.
Makes it worse?
Yeah, yogurt makes it worse, like the constipation.
So you must have some issue with milk products.
Yeah, I do.
UK.
Milk gives me a lot of gas.
So it could be lactose, could be casein. We'll see what comes up. We may have to open allergies. Now, why isn't this showing Deep Created? I want Deep Created right there. There it is. Here's the information we put in. And now we're going to look at activators, amino acids, biochemicals, carotenoids, genes, medications. Are you on any medications?
No.
So unsnap that one so we don't have to look at it. And you're going to hit report, and you're going to watch all the reports come up. Things will be listed as high or low. And if something is too high, you have too much of it, can't use it. Or if it says it's too low, you just don't have enough. So look down through here and see where the issue is. You will see a 4 or more if there is a big issue. There is not. You have a lot of 3s. 3 in heart and gross circulation, 3 in liver, 3 in the use of mineralization. So you don't have any great big thing we could point to. You just have a lot of little stuff that combined causes a problem. For those of you who want to do this for other people, if you want to download the digestion program, we are going to be having a class about it on Sunday, 6 to 8 Eastern Time, so a few days from now. So we could print this, or we could go in and say, let's make a PDF file of this, and that will make the file ready to send somebody. Now, I'm over on my other display board here, and I'm going to make a file, new folder, and I'm going to say Jenny Digestion, and I can hit this button, and it will make a print in a format that I can send to Jenny on her email. And it'll be bopping up here anytime as we're working with it. Okay, methionine is too high. It means you can't use it. extra methionine or methionine that's not useful says that your enzymes to use methionine are missing. And I'm going to put a clean map and show you what that means. A methylation map map. This is a map that we often use when methylation is the issue, and that means you can't use your resources when they come in. It does cause digestion problems. And see the number 1 here, this is how the body detoxifies. Number 2 is how the body creates its energy. Number 3 is how the body depletes its DNA, rebuilds itself. And number 4 and 5 is how the body uses its sources. And your very first thing that come up is methionine. When methionine isn't working well, you can't create dimethylglycine or trimethylglycine. And trimethylglycine is very, very important for digestion. Another word for it is bentane, and it's one of the major digestive enzymes that people begin to lose. So methionine, and it's high, you need to find a way to use it. The other chart that's waiting for you. Okay, somebody opened their. I have to shut down this microphone so I don't stay here. Okay. Herpes from 0 is all in the normal range. Does that mean it will fix itself? It just means, well, I'll answer that question in a minute. So if we look at this nutrition assimilation chart, and this is waiting for you. Nutrients, this is waiting for you to download from a. So you have methionine too high, which is going to mean that for you to be able to use methionine, you have to have more cysteine and more taurine. Those are the sisters to using methionine. Cysteine is an amino acid that works in the stomach lining to help you digest your food. It works as a digestive enzyme, then it works as an amino acid. So that methionine being too high means you don't have cysteine and taurine to make all of this work. And it's also to take with choline and inositol. So there's 3 things that you need to look at to get your methionine running. Why won't this get small and minimized? Is my computer just going to get grouchy here? Okay, I was hitting the wrong button. Operator error here. Secretin stimulates the release of pancreas juice from the pancreas. So you've got a lot of activity going on, possibly, but it's just not being useful. So secretin is too high. Let's look at some of these. There is a lot of noise going on your end there, Jenny.
I'm sorry. Can you mute?
I can't mute you because you're on the phone.
Okay.
In like growth factor, this could be a problem with blood sugar, and it can be a problem with insulin and using carbohydrates. So that is too high, and that's not something that you can take care of on your own. You need to find the nearest bioacoustic practitioner and go see them and have them reduce this. To find the nearest practitioner, you go to our site, soundoptions.com, go to clinical services, and down below, there's an app, and it says Sound Health Practitioners. So you go down the side and find someone near you. that just flipped away. You can find one near you. You can look on the map. Many people don't want to be listed on the map because they're too busy, have too much to do, and they're kind of finicky about what kind of clients they see. Some people only want to see arthritis people, and some only want to see kids, and so give us a call at 698-9119, area code 740, or you can write to me. I'll put email in here, Sherry Edwards at gmail.com. So if you want to be seen, we just refer some Doreen's on with us, and Shemaya's on with us. We referred people to them this week just to catch up. Not yet, Jenny. Just hang on here. Just because she should hang out. Zinc is very high, meaning zinc is not usable. So you go back to that nutrient assimilation chart and look at your minerals and see why zinc is high and not usable. It needs copper, calcium, phosphorus, selenium, vitamin A, B6, and E. So if you don't have those things, zinc will just sit there because your body knows it needs to keep it, but it won't be able to use it. And that's one of the things your bioacoustic practitioner can figure out for you also. Doing stuff low is pretty easy. You just get or find food that has it in it, but with something high, it's a little more complicated. Pathogens, we don't care about the ones that are low. Lactobacillus, that would be the yogurt and stuff you said you have a problem with. May reverse intestinal permeability. This is why you get allergic. The bowel lets things get through interstitially. Acidophilus here may alleviate symptoms of irritable bowel, but yours is already high. If you can't take the yogurt, there is a company, and it's litalee.com. You can get in touch with her, and she has some plant-based enzymes. Lita, L-A-T-A-L-E-E.com. Enzyme is the enzymes that he deals with. So if you're looking at the lactobacillus and you can't take the yogurt because it just bloats you up, then get in touch with Lita and get some of these Therazyme. We'll be looking at some of your organs, although you're just in general stress. You don't have something that's big. So you already have some of these high, and they're causing problems. GST, I think, is the name of the enzyme that she looks at. Well, we can't look at the chart to see what it needs to be assimilated, Tommy, because I don't think this is on here.
Responding to Shaya's question about high zinc, what should you do?
Okay. I'm sorry, Tommy. That is a practitioner question, Shamaya, and this is for the public.
I gave the public answer.
Well, the whole brain formula might be useful, or find out which other things here are in stress and use those two formulas together, Shamaya. That kind of thing that you learn to use in class. It's not an easy thing when your body has too much of something and you want to make it useful. The literature just isn't complete enough to show you how to do that. Protein, defensin beta 2 gene. I haven't the slightest idea what that is. I'd have to go look it up on Wikipedia or something. But it's low anyway, so I don't care. If it's low, it means that since it's an issue with Crohn's, which is a bowel diarrhea kind of thing, and it's not what Jenny is reporting. G2, I don't know what that is either. We'd have to look it up in the database. If defective or deficient, can combat invaders of the intestinal tract. We would give that information to the bioacoustic practitioner, and even I would have to look it up.
I used to have a little bit of irritable bowel syndrome when I used to take antibiotics, and I stopped taking them for 10 years. I don't have a problem now.
Anybody who does have problem with irritable bowel, you can go to the Leda-Lee enzymes again, and they have something called IRB, and it will really take care of the cramping and the diarrhea from bowel problems, usually in less than 20 minutes or so. These plant-based enzymes, all food-based enzymes, incredible in helping straighten up the body. Sorbitol, I think, is a kind of sugar, maybe. It says it's high. I think it might be just a frequency that's the same as something else, because you don't sound to me like somebody who would eat a lot of artificial sugar.
I do some chocolate, but it's probably cane sugar. I think it's cane sugar, not high fructose.
Cane sugar is usually a little better. Some of these we killed not looking at them. The methionine, the amino acids we looked at, you do not want to keep tryptophan high. High tryptophan feeds cancer. It's not something that you want to keep high.
You mean I have high tryptophan now?
Well, this is what the information says. The same information for tryptophan is the same as glucose, and it's the same as aspirin. So almost everything in the body has a related frequency that's also something else. But that tryptophan, I would go in and look at the amino acids and see what would make the tryptophan work. B3, niacin, sufficient amounts of B6. And look at that. There's a commonality here. B6, wasn't B6 part of the zinc? It was. If you've got tryptophan in breast, and it says because there's a problem with B6, and then you move down here and you've got zinc, and it says the commonality is B6, boy, I'd certainly be looking at some combination Bs. Here at this center, we use something called Brainstorm. I'm not sure what company it's from. Oh, here is a bottle of it right here. Brainstorm. And we get this from Allergy Research Group. It's just allergyresearchgroup.com. So you can buy some. But I certainly, bees are very, as cofactors to make everything else work. Look, potassium chloride deficiency causes constipation. And it's twice, because these are exactly the same printout. You have this number on your chart twice. Potassium you can get from potatoes, bananas, I think what else potassium is in. But you eat the food, it helps have everything in it that needs to digest it. So potassium.
I have too much potatoes, and I'm afraid that I will be allergic to potatoes. I also have joint problems.
There's a way to look to see if you have issues with potatoes. And in one of our happy hours, we did a whole session on allergies, and with the nano voice. So you would read the little paper for allergies, then eat your potato, and maybe 20 minutes later, look at voice again and we don't have time to go into it here, but look at your voice again, and you could tell whether that food was the problem. Usually when potassium is an issue, it's the balance of potassium and sodium that's the issue, not one or the other missing, but the balance in the body. So it's high digest cellulose, alleviates heartburn, and chylpapine, high digest fiber. Chylpapine also drives garbage out of your cells, particularly muscle cells. A lot of times the body wants to hoard things. It doesn't know what to do with a toxin. One of the things that lays down in the muscle is MSG, monosodium glutamate. Another thing that lays down in the muscle cells is aspartame. And when we begin to look at all of that, if you have muscle issues, this diethyl and trimethylglycine also helps the body clean out the muscles in combination with chylpapine. So it looks to me like methionine not working well is due for you. There is Stephen Heuer, Heuer, Aedenheuer. He runs something, Cocoon Nutrition. I just put him in the chat. And it's time that you've been looking at your vocal prints with us, he gives you a free 15-minute analysis. And in your case, it's methionine. That's what we found. And what he will suggest to you. Looked at one.
Did you type that into the chat box?
Yes.
I
Yes.
see the computer.
Those are high in potassium and less blood type A.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Beth?
Blood type A or?
I don't know if you're blood type A or not. That's something you'd have to ask your doctor. You just
I am blood type A positive.
Just get everything coming and going. They fight off bacteria very well. One of the things we ask people who are A blood types to do is take nutribiotic grapefruit seed extract. We use Nutra, Nutribiot, nutribiotic grapefruit. People say grapefruit extract.
Grapefruit seed.
Yes, grapefruit seed extract. I should have put seed in there. And that will not allow your invading bacteria. I'm moving the light around in case you hear me bumbling here. That grapefruit seed extract contains that hematoglutinin. It's especially important for people who are A blood types because they just have a hard time fighting off invading critters. It looks like you also have thiamine in stress. Deficiency causes constipation. So right back to that brainstorm again from allergy research. It's very inexpensive. They're in Georgia, if you're near there. Just allergyresearchgroup.com. So you can order your own brainstorm. Looks like some of your bees are in stress, and that's where some of this is causing a problem. You will send me your email address. I will send you these reports so you can go back and listen to all of this again and watch it and sort of catch up. But jelly, zinc, methionine, chylpapine, stuff out of your muscles, bentane, which is
HCl?
yes,
Hydrochloric acid?
yes, bentane comes as a mixture there with hydrochloric acid, so that's good. And cysteine. amino acid that acts as a digestive enzyme. It requires B12 to work. And the other issue that looks like you have an issue with is B1, also B6. It was the cofactor for two things that you had in stress. So if we list zinc, methionine, chemopapane, benzene, cysteine, B1 and B6, and B12 because that helps the teen work. Okay, that's a lot of information. You're going to come and report back to us, right?
Yes, and you will put it recorded. The recording will be on some place.
Okay, this is a website. You go to SoundHealth Options Happy Hour. Down at the bottom of Happy Hour that you see here, to see all Happy Hour archives, click here. So this archive will be up in just a little bit, and you'll get to come and watch it again if you'd like.
Great. Thank you so much.
Okay, you are welcome. You hang up now, Jenny, and let's have you call with your mother. And we'll go through the same thing again. We'll try to go a little faster because we have about 15 minutes left. Is this you?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to start first, for you who've been watching, we're going to start with Audacity. Is she ready?
Yes, she is. She's right here.
We want her to talk 30 seconds about her digestive issues.
I just have trouble. I have a lot of my food, and sometimes I don't make it to the bathroom.
Stop. Sally, turn off her speaker. We're getting an echo.
Turn off the speaker. Oh, she did.
Okay.
And I've given up chocolate and coffee and sugar and dairy and wheat and eggs and nightshade vegetables. And some days I feel good and don't have any trouble, and some days I don't. But I'm an old lady. I'm 87.
Well, you sound 87.
Oh, I try to keep going. It's awfully embarrassing, you know, when you can't make it to the bathroom.
Well, there's another reason. I stopped this at 21 seconds and I asked you again. There's some other reasons why some people can't make it to the bathroom. And it's if they're eating something artificial that takes up the fats. And a lot of chips, there's even some vegetable chips that have, I can't remember the name of this. Tommy, see if you can think and help me out here.
Now, today I had 2 bananas, and I didn't make it to the bathroom. And for breakfast.
Okay, but what we're going to look at is if you have this frequency. I can't think what this is. It's for people who don't want their body to absorb the fats. And they're putting in lots of foods now. And we had showgirls from Las Vegas come to see us because they couldn't hold a bowel movement. And now we're finding out that particular frequency will help other people have more control. So we have 26 seconds. Tell me what else you ate today.
Oh, I didn't have anything, a little bit of salad and some, I don't drink coffee anymore, so I added some tea, and that's all. With lettuce in the salad, and
that's
a little bit of corn, and a little bit of carrots.
That's not very much. We look at your allergies. For those watching, I am rolling over a part that was very low, and I'm slipping it out. Okay, I'm going to export this. Should I put Sally's mother, or should I use your real name?
Oh, Hazel Henningsen.
Hazel, Hazelh. We'll just put you in as that. Save this for you. We really should look at allergies for you. Hazel, back to our map and see if there is a practitioner near you, or let me show you a little trick here. If you go to clinical services, go down to the bottom to the map and find somebody near you, or call our offices and we will do well, it takes a couple hours to do it, but we should look at allergies for you and digestion and several other things instead of trying to do something really in the public domain here. This is kind of a private thing anyway. We should do something very not intense. That's not the word I want. We should look at this more deeply. And
well, you know, this has just been the last 6 months. This has been happening to me.
well, there has to be a reason, and we hope we can find it. Start keeping a diet of journal of what you're eating. And I think I saved this. I hope I did.
Andrew Wojcik was thinking that it's Electra that you're talking about. Is that what you meant?
Yes. Elestra. It's in some foods. They spread on some foods. In answer to your question, Shemaya, we are working with a college right now to try to get a certificate program up and running, which will help. But there's been several community action agencies, people who have been employed or on employment that the government is paying for them to take the course. I'm answering stuff in chat at the same time. Okay. We have your vocal print. I'm going to open Abacus, and remember that Abacus is waiting to download if you'd like, so you can do this on your own. And we're going to go to desktop and waves. And put Hazel in here. There's a lot of inflammation in your chart, Hazel. Are you hurt anywhere?
No.
Hazel online. And when's your birthday, Hazel?
November 20th.
11/20. Okay.
11/20/24.
Well, it won't put any more numbers in there. 11/20/24. There it goes. Invalid date. I'm not getting a lot of concentration here. I'm trying to do two things at once. Okay, digestion. And your issue is loose. Loose bowel.
You hear people having a loose tongue, there's also a loose bowel.
Well, I think that's why your program shows both ends, Tommy. We're just going to look at, there's nothing really terribly obvious here. Maybe a little slice there that we can't look at right now because we're doing a public thing. I'm going to save this. I've got light on here because it's dark in this room. I started in the daylight, but all of a sudden it got very dark, and now the light was in front of me, and I can't see the screen, so I'm having some trouble. So we saved that, and we're going to go back to common digestion program. And you see the little picture, how it's from the hamburger all the way through to the end? I just thought that was very cute. Tommy comes up with all of these great pictures.
I'm not claiming that one.
I thought that was you, Tommy. I was blaming it on you. Neuropeptide Y, okay. 4C, okay, control of large, thick muscles is an issue. A is the big one, that's a 5. Resource management, rebuilding physical body, physical degeneration. possibly electrical system that you just aren't getting the right signals where they go. But let's look. Now when you see this is gallon, it's low, so we don't care if it's a problem. It looks like it's a problem guy, especially with acute pancreatitis. Ghrelin is part of all that leptin and blood sugar stuff. High ghrelin, we'd want to bring that down. We don't want to bring this guy up because he looks like he's a problem. Cholecystokinin sends appetite-suppressing messages to the brain. Cholecystokinin high can also cause diarrhea. That's an activator. We'd want to look at that. You can't go by. Somebody's got their mic open here. You can't go by cholecystokinin off the shelf. I had to mute a mic here. Did you want to say something? Because you keep unmuting your microphone. Sound is bad.
Okay.
Okay, who's saying that? Miriam, did you want to say something? Your mic is opened again. It's just really weird. We're hearing an echo. Okay, so I'm not sure where you might get cholecystokinin. I know we can give it to you by sound. Now the sound is back? I don't know what's happening with the sound. People are saying it's coming and going. I would send you to a practitioner near you for this type of thing. Biochemical cetyl myristolate, well, may alleviate inflammation from irritable bowel. I've never heard of that. I would have to go look up. You can tell I don't do all of these databases. A chemical, nitrogen, may inhibit alcohol. Oh, we don't need that. Trypsin is low. Digest proteins and dietary methionine. Did you want to say something? Your mic is open. Okay, I'm going to shut Bob's mic. I don't know why people's mics are coming open everywhere. But it's causing a lot of problems with people being able to hear. Okay.
I don't hear you too well.
You're on the phone with me?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll try to speak up for you. Trypsin is an enzyme that helps digest proteins, and your trypsin is low. It may mean that things might go through you quicker. There is an enzyme set that controls, that has trypsin in it, that Nature Sunshine makes. It's just called digestive enzymes. Are you familiar with anybody who sells Nature Sunshine near you? There's thousands of these folks who sell digestive enzymes. It's all herb-based, is why I like it. For those of you who've been watching but unable to get volume, I am going to put in the tech support. Now, that's usually the very first thing that I put in every time we do a show. 866-229-3239. Don't wait until you're almost finished to let us know that you haven't been able to hear anything. So 866-229. Whoops, that's not a 9. I'm trying to put space here. Okay, 29 3239. 866-229-3339. We pay for Okay, somebody's got their stuff open. Linda, okay. We pay for tech support 24/7. So call that number and have them with you. You might be able to watch and listen to the archive better with us. Flavonoid, quercetin, don't know how to pronounce it, may prevent ulcers. She doesn't have ulcers, so we'll skip that. Glucagon low, blood sugar low, metabolism secreted by pancreas, suppresses appetite for dietary protein. Well, if it's only going to suppress them if it's high. So your liver is not using your glucose very well, or your glucose is too low. We really need to get you to a practitioner, Hazel. This is not something we should be doing online. It's too not complicated. It's to be able to give you a lot more attention than I'm able to give you now. There's a high zinc here that we need to get going because that will help your body heal itself. Remember, you had noted A in stress, which said the body is not repleting itself. Neuropeptide Y can cause problems with memory. It can cause seizures. It can cause just people forgetting where they are or what they're doing, and it's too high here. It is a biomarker for some protein damage in the brain. So to look at that. Again, you can go by neuropeptide Y. You have to look at it from the perspective of a bioacoustic practitioner or somebody else that does some frequency work. I will send you these reports. We look at these as management reports that you can take to your wellness provider. Folic acid is high. It can't be high. It's water soluble. It means it's not being used. And one of the things folic acid does is rebuild the body. So folate is something that you really need. Expecting mothers take folic acid and folate to help rebuild the DNA and the body. And it needs B12, vitamin C, B6, converted to homocysteine into a non-harmful amino acid. It's something you really need to seriously consider taking some good B vitamins. Panthenine and pantothenic acid, both those are precursors for muscles getting their correct impulse. And you can lose control of your hands and your feet and your eye twitching and those kinds of things when your B5 is in stress. So we would want to look at pantothenic acid. We would want to look at calcium pantothenate. We want to look at pantothene, which is a precursor for using pantothenic acid. You really need to do a thorough examination of your B vitamins. For one, they're too low. You just aren't getting enough of them. We used, as a generalization, we use Nourish for vitamins because they're food-based. But again, if you've got somebody who sells Nature Sunshine, they probably have a good, just general cell regeneration nutrient, and I would like you to look into that.
Okay.
So those are your issues. Mainly, it looks like your body just isn't repleting itself. It isn't. That doesn't have enough resources to go ahead and replete the body. I would look at you in terms of, I'd go look at your blood work, I'd look at your gallbladder function, and your pancreas function.
Gallbladder out.
That can cause a problem with fats again. I would look to see where the computer, I'm going to do this anyway. I'm not supposed to, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to open the professional program and just see where your issues are. This is one of the programs you learn when you take the professional course. And in your case, somebody would look at this and say, I don't even know where to start.
Oh, my. Oh, that doesn't sound good.
We need to see what the numbers say about your body. Where we should start with your body, and it says 5-4. Oxygenation, cycle, ankles, vitamin D, oxygenation of the cells. I think that's where we would start. If I
I want to tell you, when I had my gallbladder out, I got sick the next day, and they got a whole stack of stuff out of my gallbladder. I had surgery again.
it rebuilt up again?
Well, there was a bunch of stones that were, they took my gallbladder out, but the little tube was full of stones. Must have been 50 of them in there. And I had that surgery to have them taken out.
It's very painful.
Yeah.
One of the things that your gallbladder helps do is the bile salts, which in turn create vitamin A, and help with your cholesterol and everything else. If you end up going to a practitioner, they will use the same system to see what your issues are. So there's a numbering system that they would use.
Okay, well, I better do that then.
Either that or get in touch with us and we'll do it. It usually takes me a couple of hours to go through someone's chart and really thoroughly look at it. Somebody reported, I did a report today, and they said they had eye problems. They really had fibromyalgia. Their electrical system was very unbalanced. Another lady that had a heart attack that came in, her issue was like cholesterol. They were treating it as a heart attack. Yes, that was the symptom, but her real issue was cholesterol that they were not addressing, and it was genetic. So computer...
I'm having trouble with my eyes too, and I'm going to have surgery on them.
The computer can tell you where you need to go.
Yeah. Okay.
And it'll tell you what these numbers are,
Okay.
and it'll just give you a hierarchy of where you should be looking.
Okay.
Because there's just a lot going on with your chart.
Okay, I will.
A lot of... So if we look down through here, the one that appears the most, and it's 5, this is A, is where we should be concentrating. Rebuilding the physical body, eyes, electrical problems, and physical degeneration. That's where we should go with you. So we might use the program of rejuvenation, which is anti-aging. We could look at allergies. We could look at nerve degeneration. There's many, many programs, and this is a partial list. This isn't even all of them that we could look at. We really need to do a thorough, that's my word I was trying to find. We need to do a thorough workup on you.
Okay.
So,
well, thank you so much.
oh, you are welcome. Go to our practitioner page. You know, a lot of times people can take care of this with nutrients and food or a change in diet or whatever. But when you've got something that you really can't buy off the counter, then that's when you need to go see a practitioner so we can do some alternative things. And your case would be a challenge, so please get in touch with somebody.
Okay, I will.
All right, thanks, Hazel.
Okay. Thank you.
These are just some of the programs that we share with people in our Guardian program. It is a monthly network. We just did a Guardian program last Saturday, and it was for fibromyalgia. Learned a lot about the electrical system, the energy system of the body, and how that causes many other diseases. We were going to do nerve degeneration next Saturday. That's not ready to do yet. We're going to be doing more digestion and teaching people all the nuance of how to go, here's a digestion, but we really need to look at methylation. Well, now we really need to look at regeneration, or we need to look at kidney function. So if we go in here and look for something called rejuvenation, and this for Hazel, maybe we can find out what is the major cause here of her inability to replenish the body. Some of these look the same. Some amino acids, so carnosine, so we might provide more of that. Biochemical levels decline. Oh, those are high. Nicotinic adenosine diphosphate, it can't be high because it's water soluble. Nitric oxide, here we go. This is for cell respiration. Phosphatidylcholine, this is for the brain, for respiration and brain cells firing. So there are three things I would look at with Hazel: the NAD, the nitric oxide, and the phosphatidylcholine. Choline is really important for nerve and brain signaling. That's for male, don't need that. Medication, don't need that. Germanium. Germanium is the same frequency that can cause men to go bald and lose their hair, and can cause their testosterone to turn into estrogens. Germanium is very important for cellular oxygen. So nitric oxide, NAD, germanium, it looks like cellular oxygen. ATP, adenosine triphosphate, very good for oxygenating the cells, but then so is nitric oxide. These are some other vitamins. It's repeating that folic acid and pantothenic acid, so get Hazel on some good Bs. So it looks like cellular oxygenation is what's causing some problems with functioning there. Hour is up. I've always promised not to keep people over. I did keep you 10 minutes long. I apologize for that. Is that germanium too much? It's the frequency of germanium, Tommy. The frequency of germanium is the frequency of a very bad hormone for men. I will talk to you about it later if you'd like. We're doing a project on it right now. So people losing their hair, well, not DHT per se, but it's the enzyme that causes the body to make DHT. So you can call me later. I'll be home in an hour or so. For those of you that we didn't get to, please join us next week or get in touch with us about do a private session for you. Just go to our site. And I want to do this for everybody, but at the same time, we're very far behind. So this is one of the reasons that we want to train people and have more people available. So if you are thinking about doing this at all, please join us for this 2-day technician course. We're really looking for trainers and instructors out of that. If you're interested, the next course is November 1st and 2nd. We probably won't have happy hour next week unless something exciting happens. Thank you, Bob.
Oh, exciting happening at Sound Health, though.
Pardon?
There's always something exciting happening at Sound Health.
There are. This idea of being able to control insulin with sound, I think, is incredible, especially when people are going to the hospital, and this was on the front page of the money section of USA Today, that they withheld insulin because they were saying that's on a list of restricted ration drugs. So we're withholding insulin from this lady that was 64 years old. They said they could withhold it from anybody 62 or older. So the fact that we're finding a way to control insulin with frequency, which will make it free. You just punch some buttons in and you got your insulin. We're excited about that. And we're excited about this new information we just found, and we backed into it. Look up 6-phosphate. It's what helps the body use glucose, Tommy.
Fructose 6-phosphate?
I can't remember the exact name, but I'll look it up because I've got it at home. I decoded all of it last night. I was very excited. Okay, Lori has her hand up. I will unmute that. Lori, did you have a question? Hello? Let me go over here in the chat and see if she has a question. Well, if you'll join us next week, maybe we'll be able to get to your vocal print. We are out of time. I certainly appreciate all of you being here. I'm going to be talking about leading the way. We're going to be talking about not a new program, but an unintroduced program about your leadership styles. It's based on the nano voice. So we're going to be looking at diversity, how each of us communicate, and how we can modify what we're doing to help meet others in a productive way. So thanks for being here, and we'll talk later.